Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell, because what I do here is all about Cardano and the Cardano ecosystem. So today, turning the attention to the price of ADA, what I personally see over the next while, looking at the current state of the market, and also talking about where I potentially see things going. So I done a video a few days ago talking about the major announcements at the Cardano Summit, and a lot of really good announcements there. Some people are wondering why the price of ADA isn't actually pumping based on that. So I'll talk about that as well and talk about my own thoughts on it. I suppose in summary, what we've seen, the announcements that came at the summit, are some of them will be incredible for the long term and really solidifies for me why ADA, why Cardano is a cornerstone and a solid part of my own portfolio, one that I see being there for years and years to come, because what they're doing is going after real world adoption with the likes of the Dish and Boost Mobile. They're looking at real world adoption and showing what blockchain can do in the real world as well. So to me, adoption like that is what is going to give us the higher prices in the long term and help us sustain them there as well. So in the short term, things like that aren't going to have a major impact, because the actual impact of them is going to be seen down the line when them users are onboarded, when we see the likes of Atala Prism being utilized in Ethiopia with Dish Mobile and with lots of other applications that are looking to come on chain as well. So look, we'll get into the charts. Timestamps will be down below as normal. If you get some value, please do give the video a like. Let me know your own thoughts down below as well, and also share it out if you think it can help others too. So let's jump into it. Okay, actually we'll go, that's the ADA chart. We'll go to the Bitcoin chart first just to take a look at what's going on, because as usual, Bitcoin is defining the overall direction of the market. Now, whether people like it or not, right now Bitcoin is still the overall driver of the direction of where the cryptocurrency market is going to go. As we've seen, coins like Cardano and other coins out there can outperform Bitcoin, but Bitcoin generally decides what way the market is going to go. So you can see it has been a very good morning for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. You can see the downtrend that we were in here. We did break out of that and broke out very strong. So if we look in here, you can see when we were down here as well, when we were in this accumulation zone, you can see $41,000 was very strong. We held it. Apart from brief dips down below it, only wicks really, this is where we got a lot of the buying pressure, which is very strong for looking to an uptrend for throughout October. If we look here, we broke the downtrend and just flew straight up through $46,000, which has been important in the past. Nearly got up to the $48,000 level, actually did touch $48,000 level, which again is another resistance point. Anyone new to this, resistance points are points where the market struggles to get above. You can see back here, once, twice, couldn't get by 48, got rejected down. Again, when we did get above it, it's the level that held up support in here. If you come over here, there's a point here where we bounced off that level again. And all around here, we briefly broke above it at times, but could not sustain above 48. So what we're looking at now on the Bitcoin price is that we had a retracement here. I'm not fully confident that that is the bottom of the retrace. If we do come back down again, then this $46,200 level is where I'd be looking to try and get the type of support that we were seeing down at $41,000. Overall, things look fairly good for Bitcoin right now. Generally, October does be a lot better month. Generally, October is fairly good. September doesn't be all that great, but coming into October can be very good. I see lots of speculation about $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 Bitcoin in October. But for me, getting above these types of levels, conquering 50K is what I'm looking at in the short term first. Then we can look to where them bigger numbers can actually take us. So looking at CoinGecko here, you can see if we just refresh to get the latest, you can see generally Bitcoin leading the way at just over 9%, but the rest of the market holding up fairly well right now. Cardano, 5% in the last 24 hours, so a little bit lower than some, but to me, I'm okay with that. I'm still looking at the end of October into November where we really get the pressure for Cardano. So I have been saying that for a while now, that that's when I start to see it. And the reason for that is because that's when we're expecting the major applications to start launching on top of Cardano. So the likes of the DEXs, lending, borrowing, DeFi, yield farming, all of that should start to come online towards the end of October and throughout November. So throughout November is when I see things really stepping up a gear for the ADA price. If we look here, the downtrend that ADA was in, we broke out of it leading up to the Cardano Summit. On the first day, we got the announcements with Dish and Boost Mobile, Chainlink, lots of good stuff there that pulled us up. But then the overall market was pulling down, so pulled us right the way down. You can see the pump that we had this morning was generally in line with what the rest of the market had, slightly below what the types of returns we see on Bitcoin, but right now not really worried about that. If we do get the retracement, like we talked about the 46 for Bitcoin, anywhere between 189 is a huge level right now for Cardano. For me, anyhow, what I'm looking at, you can see here, it was initially the resistance point here, rejected us back down, finally broke up through it, but when we come back down, 189 is where we got the support at this stage, pushed on up through the market, dipped down into this level, 189 to 199 here. You can see support all in along here as well, support buying pressure here, didn't fully fall into it, came down to I think around $2.02 in around here. So if we do pull back, this is the zone that I'd be looking at to get that pressure again for Cardano. So if we look at this, you can see this is the big purple area here is what I've defined as I have it as the 20th of October on. I have no definite dates from any projects. As soon as I get them, I will definitely be creating videos on it because that's when I see the market can really kick up a gear at that stage. If you look across other platforms, when they actually launched their full ecosystem, when other projects started building on it, started launching on it, that's when you start to see the real action. So obviously, lots of these applications, you will need ADA to use them. There will be smart contracts there that will be locking up ADA as well. So potentially looking at a bit of a supply shock on the exchanges as well, because lots of people already not lock up, because with Cardano staking, there is no lock, but they have their ADA off exchanges staking. And when we bring in the smart contracts that allow you to stake, plus use your ADA within the yield farming and everything like that, that's when we'll start to see a bit of a supply shock on the exchanges with lots of the ADA being utilized in them types of ways. So when that all comes online, I will be doing a lot of tutorials because I know lots of people will be new into that space as well. Okay, and look, touching on I see people talking about there's going to be a 10x, a 20x in the ADA price. Them types of multiples are not realistic right now for the ADA price. Yes, I see so much potential within Cardano, and who knows what's going to come in years to come. 10x probably will happen over the next few years, but within this bull cycle, I don't see them types of numbers. You consider we started this year at 10 cent, somewhere in around that 10 to 15 cent, I think. Then to me, looking at a $5 to $7 range would be a huge gain for the ADA price. They're the types of levels I look at, and look, I'm very happy to see if we do get them higher prices, I'll be extremely happy with that. But looking at this stage of the cycle, to me, I think you look at the projects that are building on top of Cardano. That's where you get your 10, 15, 20x multiples, but they come with a lot higher risk as well. That's why for me, Cardano is such a big part of my portfolio, because I rather have that stability that I'm very confident to hold it if we go into a bear, not if, when we go into a bear market, to hold it at that stage, keep staking, accumulating more. There's other assets out there right now. I'll be putting certain percentages of my portfolio into lots of the different projects launching on top of Cardano, because I do see there's going to be huge multiples there. And all the while, the bigger part of my portfolio is still sitting fairly solid within the ADA or within Cardano and earning that passive income from staking there. So I'll do lots of videos on that as well, on my own strategies that I see happening there. Do I see new all-time highs for Cardano this year? Yes, I definitely do see it. In my own opinion, obviously, non-financial advice. Everyone needs to make up your own mind. I do see all-time highs coming for the ADA price over the next 1 to 2 months. Do I see the $10, $15 ADA within this cycle? I think they're very high extremes right now. I would not be banking on them types of figures within this bull run. As I say, years to come, definitely possible figures to hit, but right now I'm more concentrating in the short term. My long-term game is staying within crypto. I will bring that video out fairly soon as well on what my overall big picture plan is. I hope this has been of help to some of you guys. If it has, please do share it out there. Let me know your own thoughts down below. If you think I'm completely wrong on the 10x that's going to happen in the next few months, do so as well. Very happy to be proven wrong on that. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.